Hello and welcome to another episode of Play However You Want to Play. Today I'm going to do a video that I talked about doing yesterday. I'm going to do a pure tank battle. This is going to be a Chinese tank general versus Chinese tank general battle. I knew the map I wanted to do this on. It's the Forgotten Forest map. It's a great map for this. It's very wide open. It's resource scarce, so you really got to use your resources very wisely. And I'm going to show you just there's going to be no defensive unit or defensive buildings whatsoever. It's just going to be tanks versus tanks. I might build a little infantry, but it's mostly going to be a tank battle. So with that, let's get started. I'm using a new recorder today that's significantly faster than my old recorder. So I just ran a test run and it looks great. It's running very fast. So I'm very happy with it. Hopefully the audio sounds a lot better. So the graphics were definitely a lot better. It's a freeware, the Open Broadcast software, so it's great. So I highly recommend it. But anyway, like I said, we're doing Chinese tank general versus Chinese tank general. This map is kind of resource scarce. You've got your main supply dock right here next to your base, and you have not even a full supply dock, just some supplies up here.
Upgrade complete.
So you really gotta, use your resources very wisely. This map I'm gonna tech up a lot earlier than I did in the previous map, in the previous video. Mainly because I need to start building those. I need to start building those hackers sooner than I did in the other maps to generate resources. You do actually have 2 oil derricks you can capture, and I might wind up capturing them. In fact, actually, I probably will go ahead and wind up capturing at least one of them. I'm not going to capture the other one because it's too much of a pain to defend. It's too close to the enemy's base. But I personally, like I said in the previous video, I do not care for capturing those. I don't really, with a few exceptions. I mean, if it's in an easy to defend area, maybe, because that way I don't have to worry about them getting blown up, because obviously the enemy is going to try and destroy them the first chance they get. So if you have to spend a lot of money defending them, what's the point? I don't really think they're worth it. They at a steady clip they do generate money, but it's just like, is it really worth it? And honestly, a lot of times, no, it's not really worth it. I built those guys. Like I said, as you see, I'm teching up kind of early. I'm building a lot of, the units a little earlier than I typically do. I'm certainly building a lot of tanks. And like I said, great change from the previous Command & Conquer games is that you can build, as many you can have as many building queues as you want, as long as you have the building for that queue. It's just so much faster, and I love it. I absolutely love it. So I know it was not a popular change for many people, but whatever. Again, don't have to play this game if you don't like it. No one's gonna force you. I won't force you. I'm nice like that. I don't force people to do stuff they don't want to do. Generally. Unless I'm like your supervisor at work or something, and I'm actually not a supervisor anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Well, I kinda am. Yeah, actually I am a supervisor, but that's another story. Let's not even go there. Let's not even go there. My job title is actually kind of confusing, but I'm not going to go into that. Okay, I am going to go ahead and tech these guys up. I probably shouldn't be doing this quickly, because I might leave myself a little vulnerable with money, but that's okay. You'll notice that, yes, I am going to be building my Gatling gun and a troop carrier. I did build the Gatling gun, but not the troop carrier in the previous map. I'm building the troop carrier because he does actually have a, I don't think it's not a propaganda tower, but it's a feature that reveals stealth to units. And I'm building my Gatling cannon. So I guess technically I'm building a defensive unit of sorts. It's just not a building, but it's going to be defending this nuclear silo. So I'm not cheating. I'm sticking to what I said I would do. but I do want to build these guys. Do need to build. Okay, looks like they're already engaging. And yes, for the love of God, have Gatling cannons to destroy those tank hunters, because they will just rip through your tanks so quickly. In fact, before I forget, as soon as I have the money to do it, yeah, you're gonna want this Gatling gun upgrade. That is, it's really useful, and you're really gonna need it. So, as you can tell, I have my nationalism upgrade. I'm gonna. They will attack your supply depot from the north, so, or supply center from the north, so be prepared for that. And I've got my already got my overlord, so I've got a pretty good sized force right here. And in fact, since I already built this, I'm gonna send this guy. Say they're already sending. I don't know what they think they're gonna do with those guys, but I'm gonna send my red guards up to capture this supply derrick.
Unit lost.
Oil derrick, whatever. They also sometimes like to use those guys to capture your buildings, and instead of a Black Lotus. So again, be aware. Now, if I were doing this as just the regular China faction, one thing I would not be doing is grouping my units so closely together. Because let me tell you something right now. They will use their nuke cannons, and you do not want your tanks grouped together when they use their nuke cannons, because they can wipe out a lot of units really quickly. Especially your Battle Masters. They get one hit with a nuke cannon and they're gone. They are completely gone, so just be aware of that. And I'm going to send these guys to knock out the other oil derrick, because I don't want my enemy using it.
Unit
I don't
lost.
really want to hold it.
Congratulations,
And
General.
shoot,
You
they
have
already...
been promoted.
Screw it, I'm just going to send a force to destroy it. I'm not going to worry about trying to capture it, because truthfully, I don't care about capturing it.
Congratulations, General.
It's not worth it to
You have
me.
been promoted.
Oh, shit. Screw it, just go get it.
Unit lost.
Yeah, as you can tell, they send a lot of guys at you. So, be prepared. This is kind of a good defensive line. I probably should have moved it up here, but as you can tell, I'm doing a flanking maneuver.
Congratulations, General. You have been promoted.
But I'm also losing some guys in the process, so I do kind of recommend building some overlords in this level. Some people may see that as kind of not cheating, but cheap, because they're the best tank unit, but
Unit
those people
lost.
can kind of go screw themselves for all I care. Overlords can be beaten. They're not that powerful. In fact, tank hunters can even go through overlords pretty quickly if you're not careful. So I'm actually probably going to move my defensive line back a little.
Yes, General.
I kind of like to face...
Warning. A nuclear missile silo has been
there's the
detected.
missile silo.
Unit lost.
Shoot. Now, as I said yesterday, when you don't do the turtling strategy, yeah, you're going to lose more units. That's just a given. You're going to lose more units.
Where is the battle?
Okay. I'm going to have you guys go back.
Move order confirmed. We will defend these territories.
Unit
And the nice thing
lost.
about this, you know, like I said, it's a very open map. It's just basically a plain with some cemeteries, and I think this was actually released like around Halloween. Like it was kind of like a Halloween map, and I kind of like it. It's an enjoyable map, and I have a lot of fun with it. It's actually not one of the better maps to do a pure turtling strategy on. Well, no, actually, that's not true. It is. It's just any like maps that tend to be more open don't have many choke points are obviously a little bit more difficult to do the turtling strategy because you got to build a lot of defensive units. But oh yeah, one of the general's abilities you want to watch out for is this one, the carpet bombing one, because believe me, or the artillery strike, go through a lot of your tanks really quickly, so be very careful. Oh, I would upgrade your tanks with the Battlemaster training if you're going to do this map that way. Oh, I may have screwed myself over there. I don't think I should have
one of our buildings is being captured.
Oh no, you don't. I think I have one more general ability left. If not, I think I should have enough to
unit lost.
Still destroy their nuke. I hope I do. If I don't, well, oh well. Yeah. Throwing a lot of units at me. They like to do that, those assholes. Now, one thing I will say, your battle masters can take out an overlord. Actually, easier than you think. I mean, I wouldn't call it easy, but yeah, they can actually. It's surprising how well they can perform against a battle master. Just be careful they don't run them over, because they can do that. Overlords can run over your smaller tank units, so be careful to avoid that. I think I already did this, but if not, I did not. I need to upgrade my subliminal broadcasting for increased healing. I should have done that earlier. There we go. But I didn't. I'm gonna move my units back a little, because again, they're a little far away from the base, and I'd rather them be closer to my base for supply lines, so kind of draw them in. As you can tell, I'm going through resources probably faster than I should, but that's okay. I've got my internet center fully staffed. Okay, move back, they're gonna run you over. Or it's gonna run you over. Yeah, again.
Lost.
Now see, yeah, I mean, like, I lost one battle master, but they were able to the 4 of them were able to knock out that overlord, so. Shoot. Oh, also, watch out for these jerks, the, what are they called? ECM tanks, the electronic warfare, whatever tanks, because those can, disable a vehicle while other units shoot at it. So they like to use that on tank maps too, so watch out. I never really use it. I mean, it is a useful unit, but I don't know. I'd rather invest that on a unit that can actually fire its own has its own attack. That's just me. I'd rather invest that money on like either a battle master or an overlord than a unit that basically needs another unit to destroy it. Now, those ECMs, they can actually destroy, they can kill units, infantry units, but they can't destroy a tank by themselves, so just be aware of that. And I'm going to leave that guy here for right now.
Unit lost.
Shite. What got it? I'm gonna move you guys up. And oh, I don't know why you guys aren't shooting at that. I forgot to click the attack all option. Shit. Like I said, watch out for that.
Unit lost.
Because those things can
One of our
really.
buildings is being captured. One of our buildings is being captured.
Oh, screw you, assholes. Where are they going? Oh, shit. Yeah, watch out for their red guards, because they can capture buildings if they have the upgrade. And they have captured my buildings before, and it's really annoying. And run him over. Fuck it. I'm selling it. Oh.
Unit lost.
Of course, right. Shite. Shite. Yeah, this level can be actually kind of difficult because if you're not careful, you can kind of be outflanked here. So, yeah, as you can clearly see, this is not going well for me.
Where
I
is
need
the
you
battle?
guys back down here now. Please destroy everything on your way.
Unit lost.
Ah, shoot.
Fighting for the
This is like one of the few maps that I've actually lost to. Ah, shit.
Battlemaster tank reporting.
God damn it.
This is tight schedule.
Come on.
We are pretty busy here.
Okay.
Unit lost.
This is
One of our
bad.
buildings is being captured.
Extra Gatling can be ready soon. My
Freaking hell.
China.
Damn UEC.
Our nuclear missile is ready, General. We have launched our nuclear missile. Unit lost.
We have big plans.
Shit. Okay, I'm not doing well. I might not win this. As you can clearly tell. Oh, thank you, God. Damn it.
Unit lost.
Okay, as you clearly see, I'm being overrun right now.
Is that all?
Unit lost.
General, our base is under attack.
Yeah, I know my base is under attack. Okay, screw this. Okay, let's go over the things I did wrong on that map. I underestimated the ECMs. One thing I should have done differently, I should have had more overlords and just said screw it with the smaller tanks. So there's a first problem. Second problem, I probably should have had more infantry units, but that's okay. I'm going to retry that. You know what, I'm not even going to make a separate video. I'm just going to try it again. Because in the end, it's all about a learning experience, right? It's all about a learning experience. So
live in prosperity.
I'm gonna build 3 this time. I'm not gonna bother with. I'm gonna upgrade this guy again.
Building the Chinese Empire.
Okay, so I usually. This is the one map that I actually lose on. Not like I typically I win more than I lose on this map, but no, actually when I'm doing like a tank battle, I play plenty of tank battles where I am on an open field like this, but no, I actually have lost to this several times, and that's rare. I usually don't lose many maps here, so it does happen more often on this map than any other map. And again, it goes down to just not having a lot of resources on this map. And, I also probably shouldn't have built... I shouldn't have built so many war factories last time. That was another mistake.
It will look real nice when it's done.
But it happens,
Let's pick up some goods.
I'm gonna try and capture that again,
Building
but...
is complete. Building is complete.
So, I'm not gonna lie, this was kind of embarrassing,
We will live in prosperity.
losing this map like that, but it happens. What good is it to complain now?
Construction built to spec.
Other thing, my defensive line's not going to be so far away from my base. That was the other problem. I should not have done that.
Upgrade complete.
Also, I should have just set the guys to just guard mode. That would have been more effective. Yeah, I know. I'm actually going to wait for this and then just build overlords. I probably shouldn't do that, but I'm going to. I don't care. The overlords really are more effective. Just, again, watch out for these CVMs. That's where I screwed up last time. I should have, like, send your guys to destroy them first.
Build orders complete, sir.
Okay. Also, be sure to build plenty of hackers. Yeah, I know. Some people consider this cheating because I'm spamming this, but I don't really care, truth be told. Judge me all you want. See how much I give a shit. Hint, it won't be much. Again, I'm not going to bother building 4 war factories. I don't really... That was a mistake last time. That really wasn't necessary, and I think hurt me more than it helped me. Also, don't think I'm going to upgrade as quickly as I did last time.
Standing attention. This building is ours.
Gatling cannon will be ready soon.
I'm going to actually build him. These guys I'm going to have to protect my northern part of the base. Yeah, you go through a lot. It's real easy to... You don't have a lot of resources on this map. It's real easy to go through your resources very, very quickly. As you can tell, it's still on hard. Still a hard tank general that I'm facing. That sounded really dirty. I did not mean it dirty. Get out in a dirty way. Get your minds out of the gutter. Like I said, I'm not going to make a separate video. I'm actually going to just try this again. You know, because the way I look at it, you know, I'm doing these videos for fun. This is like a, was it 13-year-old game now, so I don't really see, I don't think anyone's watching this because they want to know how to beat this game at this point. I'm just doing this for fun and to show different playing styles and strategies, and you know, it's a good way to demonstrate how that strategy can sometimes not work. Tank rushes can be stopped, people. They can. Okay, that's, you know, not the best example of how to stop a tank rush. I'll probably do a separate video where I do just that.
One of our buildings is being captured.
Oh no, you assholes don't.
Defenders of peace is ready. Understood. Foreign devil.
Do not capture my base. Okay, I'm gonna put these guys in guard mode. Because otherwise they'll like just stand around while they're being shot at. Yeah, the AI in this game is not the best.
Yes. No system is safe. China can use
Actually,
the
I'm
Red
gonna...
Guard. Standing attention.
I do not want to have to blow this up again.
Batteries going to next link up. Ready.
You know what, I am going to send this guy out though. Go destroy that. I love how he's like shooting at him.
We have the building now.
When he's in there. That's hilarious. Okay, I am going to upgrade the Gatling cannon. Get the Gatling cannon upgrade.
Gatling cannon is ready. It is time.
Unit lost.
Gatling cannon will be ready. Nothing in our way. What do you need? Extra large.
Like I said, make sure they're... sometimes they'll sneak in through the side like that. In fact, I'm going to put a guy right there. Just to prevent that. Okay.
Going to next link up. There's always a way in.
Actually, you know what? No. Yeah,
Unit
actually, I'm
lost.
there. Yeah, they're... I was kind of surprised. Usually they try to blow those up. They don't try to capture them once you've captured it, but sometimes they do. Yeah, I love that. Your guy's being attacked and you just stand there.
Congratulations,
Drives me nuts.
General.
This
You have
seriously,
been
like,
promoted.
your AI can be insane in this game. It can really
Unit
annoy
lost.
me.
Congratulations, General. You have been promoted.
Okay. Send you back.
What is next?
You may notice I'm not building a silo just yet. That was another mistake I made. I built my silo a tad early.
Choice.
Now, as I mentioned before, they generally won't build their silo till about 10 minutes in.
Congratulations, General. You have been promoted.
Generally.
Unit
Ah, shit,
lost.
lost my overlord. Oh well.
No system is safe.
Okay, I'm building another one right there. They're shooting at it. I don't care, because, you know, I can't use it, but you can't use it either, so that's okay.
Messaging upgrade is complete.
I'm not the jealous type. Although I am going to build... Actually, you know what? No, I'm just going to build an overlord for that. Use this overlord for that.
No system is
This
safe.
better be good.
Oh, by the way, your overlords can detect stealth units too. So obviously they can detect Black Lotus and all that, so...
Nothing in our way. Are you ready?
I'm going to... You know, I don't know why I even got nationalism. It really was kind of pointless, because they can't... Your overlords don't have the nationalism ability, so it really wasn't necessary. I mean, it worked for the Battlemaster tanks, but I'm not gonna build any real except to have the 4 that are dropped in, and I don't really care enough about it, that ability with just 4 tanks, so I'm just gonna build. I'm gonna get this though, because that is useful. The cannon upgrade actually does it? Wait.
Congratulations, General.
Yeah,
You have been promoted.
Nope, it's just Battle Masters. Okay, I thought this affected all tanks. No, it doesn't. So never mind. That what is it? The cannon upgrade, the autoloader, that does not affect your overlords. I thought it did. Wow, I guess you learn something every day. I always thought it. Seriously, I played this game for 13 years. I always thought your overlords were affected with it too. They would get an upgrade, but huh. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but that's interesting. Like I said, I learned something new today. Kinda sad I played this game that long and just now found that out. Wow, that's embarrassing. I'm sorry.
Batteries charged.
Okay, like I said, I'm gonna use my an overlord for protection for that. For my nuclear missile. And yes, I am gonna go and build these guys. The oh, make sure the space you drop them in is clear because they will blow up if they hit something. So I think this should be clear enough. Sometimes they're kind of picky. Like sometimes they'll blow up and the space was perfectly clear. I'm gonna move him back so he can heal. Okay. As you can see, this battle's going significantly better than the last one, so... Yeah, using overlords actually kind of helps. Oh, and if you're playing as regular, you know, the regular China faction, Chinese faction, yeah, actually there's another benefit to using overlords. Nuke cannons cannot destroy them in one hit like they can Battle Masters. So that's another big benefit.
Warning, a nuclear missile silo has been detected.
I would seriously recommend concentrating fire on overlords. God damn you. Unlike what these assholes are doing for some reason. Okay, I'm gonna move these guys back now.
Where is the battle?
Yeah, it's really kind of ridiculous. I hate that. You know, there's another unit taking fire, and like the other units are just standing around.
We have discovered an
It
enemy
drives me
Black
nuts.
Lotus.
Screw you, Black Lotus.
What do you
Bitch. Yeah, and as you can tell, I'm trying to draw them in,
What do you need?
giving my other units a chance to heal a little.
Extra large.
Okay.
Serving China's needs.
Now I am gonna go ahead. Well, maybe not. How much?
Gatling cannon is ready.
Okay. I'm gonna build a few more. These guys. As you notice, I'm careful where I build my my hackers, because yes, they will bomb my base at some point, and I'd rather they not bomb it. I know what area is going to be bombed. It's generally going to be where your internet center is, or your silo, your nuclear silo. So I'm going to try and keep my.
Uplink cables.
Actually, I'm going to move these guys. Now I think about it, they're still a little close. Generally, it's the internet center they go for. So I'm going to keep them a little far away from that. My extra hackers.
I can cripple their
Because of course you don't, hackers generate income of their own. They don't have to go into an internet center to do that. So you can build the internet center, put your hackers in it, fully staff it with hackers, and then build other hackers and put them other places on the map. So,
What do you
which is nice. It's very helpful. Now, if I really wanted to, could I rush my enemy's base? Yeah, I could. I don't really want to because they probably got a shitload of a shitload of tanks there, and I don't really want to do that just yet. I want to wear them down a little. I really would like to destroy their internet center first. I mean, I don't really have to, but I generally find they don't, like when I'm playing against the AI, they don't build other hackers once they've got the internet center fully staffed. I don't know why, but they don't. So screw that. Not even gonna worry about it.
Upgrade complete.
Okay, yeah. See, they've got a pretty formidable force. And that's just what I can see. So I'm not gonna worry about it just yet. I'm just gonna have fun blowing up their units. Which, as you can see, I'm doing fairly well. Now, yes, I could make it my defensive line right along this, I guess it's like a little road or ditch. I'm not going to do that, though. Actually, I think that's called something else. It's not, kind of like, it's a little ditch. I'm not going to do that, though. I want my lines to be a little closer to my base than that. Of course, my units are gaining veterancy, too. Which is good, I want that. And you can tell they're kicking some ass, taking some names. I'm gonna move this guy back though. No, god damn it. Should have moved him back sooner. Keep an eye on your units, move them back when they start to get, because of course they heal. The nice thing about being the Chinese tank general is all your overlords automatically come with the propaganda tower, so they'll heal on their own, which is great. So definitely,
We have discovered an enemy Black Lotus.
shoot, keep that in mind. Damn it! Like I said, watch out for those ECMs. They can
Unit lost.
by themselves they can't hurt units aside from infantry units, but they can definitely disable a vehicle long enough for other units to hit it. So definitely watch out for that, because I just lost 2 overlords, but that's okay. I've got plenty of money. I'm gonna build 2 more. No, I'm gonna build 4 more. That's what I'm gonna do. It's like for every 1 you destroy, I'll build 2 more just to show you.
Nobody will notice their money is missing.
And I've still got all these forces over here. Yeah. So as you can see, this is a defensive tank game with overlords. And so far it's going pretty well, but like I said, I'm getting to the point where I'm starting to worry a little bit about them using another airstrike, because
Unit
those
lost.
can really, those can, even your overlords, those can go through pretty quickly. So watch out for those. I know I need to be careful not to bunch up my units together. I think is it X? Yeah, it's X. X moves units. The units are selected further apart, so definitely make sure you use that. I'm gonna move these guys a little farther apart so they don't. Damn it. Yeah, that's the one thing that sucks about this map is just make sure that they don't, you know, flank you and surround you, because that's not good. That's bad. That's bad. Sound like Mr. Garrison.
Unit
Or no,
lost.
Mr. Mackey, sorry. You should know that I watch like South Park all the time. Shit. Okay, yeah, they're really... Okay. Because what they're trying to do, basically it's a classic pincer movement. They're trying to draw me into the center of the battlefield so they can flank me. So that's one of the reasons I like to keep my defensive line closer to my base, so it's harder for them to do that. And I can draw them in and flank them like I'm about to do right now.
Unit
Because
lost.
yeah, I mean, also like I said, concentrated fire on those overlords, because you know they have overlords too, and they can do a lot of damage, as indicated. This could be a challenging map, so don't take it for granted. Don't underestimate it. It looks simple, but believe me, it can be tricky if you're not careful. God damn it. See, like I said, they're going to go for the internet center. Move back, move back.
Unit lost.
God damn it. Okay, good. Do you want? They go for the internet center, and I probably shouldn't have put my nuclear silo so close to it, but I did. But who cares? Okay. Yeah, like I said, what they try to do is draw you out to this ditch, and that way they can envelop you. Do not let them do that. That's bad. Yeah, like as you can see, I'm trying to move my units back to let them reform.
Unit lost.
Damn it. I'm getting my ass kicked again. That's not good. Again, watch out, for the love of God, watch out for those tank hunters. Can do a lot of damage. Also watch out for units that have full veterancy, because yeah, they can also really screw things over for you. Screw it. Even the Battle Masters can actually do quite a bit of damage.
Unit lost.
So I'm gonna pull these guys back.
Battlemaster tank reporting. Crush the enemy.
Yeah, this map is actually, this is actually a good video for showing different types of tank tactics.
This will be over soon.
We have discovered an enemy Black Lotus.
Shit.
Unit lost.
God damn it. Freaking hell. Shit. Shit.
Unit lost.
Gatling cannon will be ready.
Our nuclear missile is ready, General.
Okay.
We have launched our nuclear missile.
They're attacking our base. I will crush.
Okay, as you can tell, I'm not doing very well right now. I've had my tank line wiped out. That's bad.
Extra large. It won't be long. I am
That's not a good thing.
nothing in high.
So I'm having to reform right now.
This will be over soon. Crush. Extra large. I will crush. This will be
Unit lost.
Shit. Why didn't he use his Gatling cannon? He had the Gatling cannon. Why didn't he freaking use it? Idiot. God. Yeah, like I said, those upgraded Battle Masters can really do some freaking damage, so watch out.
Extra large.
Freaking hell.
General, our base is under
I know it's under attack, shut up.
I will crush. I am in control.
Did I upgrade it? I thought I did. Yeah.
I am weak.
Yeah, like I said, this map is challenging. This is not a map to be taken lightly. It may look simple, but believe me, it's more complicated than it looks.
Unit lost.
Fuck.
Extra large. What do you need? Extra large. What do you need?
Notice I'm concentrating fire too. Okay, you know what? No, I'm gonna let you come to me, asshole.
Prosperity ready.
I'm gonna let you come to me. Now I'm gonna fire. Shit. No, good, it didn't destroy it. Yeah, this is going to be a hard-fought victory, as you can tell.
Uplink cables ready.
Okay, come on. See, like I said, for the love of God, do not let them draw you out here. That's where I screwed up. Because what they'll do is they'll flank you. Again, classic battle tactics I should not have fallen for. For those of you who know anything about history, well, I'll tell you for those of you who don't, there's a famous Roman battle against Carthage called... Sorry, hold on. Something.
Extra large. It is time. I will finish this.
Oh shit. Yeah, that's what I was afraid of.
What do you need? Ready.
Watch out for, they'll also use tank drops.
They are pure. Extra large.
Anyway, sorry. There's a famous Roman Carthaginian battle called the Battle of Cannae, where Hannibal, the famous Carthaginian general, lured the Romans in by having a weak center line. Now, for those of you who know anything about ancient battle tactics, the center line was generally regarded as the most important part of your battle line. You wanted to keep it strong because if they broke it, you were screwed. What he did was he put his best troops on that line, but he made sure to make sure it would hold, but it was the thinnest part of the line. It was on the flanks where he had his most troops in depth. So the deepest parts of his line were on the flanks. The thinnest, but with his best troops, was the center. So what happened was it sort of crescented back. His center line moved back while his flanks held firm. And what happens is the Romans dig deeper and deeper in, but the center line doesn't break, and it allows his flanks, Hannibal's flanks, to envelop what's called a double envelopment the Romans, the Roman force. And what eventually happens, of course, is the Romans are completely and utterly massacred. It's one of the worst Roman defeats ever, aside from when Rome was when Rome was finally defeated. But yeah, it was a major Roman defeat. It was so bad, if I remember correctly, it was so bad that the Romans actually, literally, the date of the battle, they erased it from history. The defeat was so bad, the Romans erased that day in history because they never wanted to think about it again. It was that bad. And so, a little bit of history lesson. I was a history major. I was a modern history major, not ancient, but I took a couple. Actually, took one ancient history course and learned about it. and so a little education for this Let's Play video. I'm gonna throw history in my Let's Play videos, so if you don't like history, you probably shouldn't watch my videos.
Let me help. I built for China. We have big.
Yeah, as soon as I get the chance, I'm going to destroy their internet center, because that's the last way they have to get money, and screw them. They have pissed me off too many times. Phew. In fact, I'm going to move these guys back a little. I don't want to fall for the same trap. I'm not going to move them too close to where they'll get hit by that bomber, but I am going to move them back just a little. I guess technically you don't need to upgrade every tank with a Gatling cannon. Some would argue it's probably not very cost effective to do that, but you know, hell, if you want to. I do, just because those hunters, seriously, they will tear through your tanks. So just be aware. I probably should upgrade these, but I'm not going to just yet. I'm going to move this guy back, these dozers away, because I don't want them to get hit next time the freaking bomber comes through. Yeah, they will like send bomber after bomber, so just be aware of that. By the way, if someone in the comments feels like being a smartass, I believe I pronounced that battle correctly. If not, feel free to correct me. Just, you know, don't be rude about it. I was not an ancient historian, I was a modern historian, so that's the way I've heard it pronounced. If some, like, snotty person wants to correct me, just be polite about it. That's all I ask. I'm not a know-it-all, I just pretend to be. Just kidding.
What do you need extra large?
But yeah. Now, see, again, just to kind of show you, if I were going to try that same thing, what I would do is, you know, have my best units right here, but a thinner line, and have my, you know, more units on the flanks. Now, obviously, I'm not really... Well, I guess I could kind of, yeah. That's my... Oh, watch out for that, too. That's the EMP. I don't know. They're dropping it there for some reason. I'm not really sure why.
Unit lost.
I guess to get my... They only got one of my war centers, so it didn't really matter. Yeah. You know, for those of you who are watching this video and are interested in history at all, what's your favorite tank battle in history? Not necessarily the biggest or the most famous. Just do you have a tank battle that interests you, or do you like what you know? What's your favorite type of tank? You know, do you have a favorite? You know, not necessarily the most modern or the best tank. Just like, do you have a favorite tank type that you really like? Like a lot of people, of course, you know, a lot of people love the Abrams. A lot of people like the M4 Sherman. A lot of people like the Panzer tanks. If so, which Panzer tank? There were several.
China has been generous. Yeah.
I myself, I'm not really a huge tank person. I mean, they're interesting, but it's not like, you know, and I know the differences between the different tank types, but I'm not like an expert by any means.
We have launched our
I don't pretend to
nuclear
be an
missile.
expert.
For China.
I've always felt the Panzers... I wouldn't say the Panzers are overrated, I just think everyone tends to... They're the most famous tank from World War II, probably besides the Sherman, obviously, because it was the American tank. But the, of course, the Soviets' tanks were actually really cool. I think those don't really get enough attention. The Soviet Union made some really great developments in sloped armor. And, yeah, I think in part because, you know, they're the evil Reds, but even though they fought on our side. But, you know, the Soviet tanks were really just... For those of you who don't know what sloped armor is, it was a design where basically the armor was sloped, hence the name. And the idea, of course, being that the shell has to go through the same, you know, even though it's the same amount of armor as if it were like a straight box design, it would have to go through, if it's sloped, it would have to go through, the shell would have to go through more armor to penetrate. So it's an interesting design, and it was very effective, you know. Of course, like I said, the Germans are famous for their Panzer tank,
We will live in prosperity.
especially their Panzer heavy tank. The U.S. was famous for the M4, or maybe infamous, depending. So a lot of the M4 takes a lot of crap, but hey, they're easy to produce. You know, they produced a lot of them. They're really fast. They actually, if I remember correctly, and please correct me if I'm wrong, they were really good at developing the gyroscope for the turret, so it could actually it could aim while moving, which was a big difference because a lot of tanks couldn't do that. So, but yeah, for those of you who are like really interested in tank history or tank battles or anything, you know, what's your favorite tank? What are some of your favorite tank battles or most interesting tank battles? I guess I shouldn't say favorite. I mean, I don't want to glorify war here, even though I'm playing a war game. But now, okay, I've always been told the largest tank battle was the Battle of Kursk. Now I've heard that like during the Six-Day War, there were some tank battles that were slightly larger there, but I don't know. I could look it up, but I've heard Kursk was the largest tank battle in history. I think a lot of it depends on how you define battle. I know it sounds simple, but like some people like would consider something a campaign rather than a specific battle, and it just depends on how you use that in the rankings. So yeah. But anyway, who's your favorite? Oh, also, who's your favorite tank general? You know, a lot of people, are interested in Rommel and his tactics.
Unit lost.
Shoot. Crap. Lost 2 dozers. Oh well. A lot of people are interested in Rommel, of course. A lot of people are interested in. Wait, hold on.
No system is safe.
Sorry, I was double checking something. Anyway.
Extra large.
Sorry, I was double checking something in my line. A lot of people are interested in Patton, obviously. Both were huge innovators in tank warfare. Who's your favorite tank general or interests you the most? If we have any military veterans who are watching these videos, and especially if you either served, in armor, in an armor battalion, or, had friends that did, or just interested in it, or have some technical knowledge about it and would like to share, by all means.
I am big.
Batteries charged. Going to next link up. I can cripple their facilities. Batteries charged. Okay, give me a sec. I'll suck the internet dry.
Okay, I probably could make a run for it now, but again, I'm going to wait a little bit. I'm going to thin out. They're waiting for me to attack is what's going on, and then once I'm more vulnerable, then they'll strike me back, but I'm not going to fall for that. I tend to favor an attrition strategy overall, hence the aggressive turtling. I like to let my enemy just come in and keep trying to pummel me, but I defeat all the forces they sent out, and then once they're very, very weak, because I have all the supplies and they don't have anything, then I hit. I'm not a rusher. I know it sounds funny because I do like to build a lot of units, but I do not like to rush. I don't really think it's an effective strategy, honestly. It works on this map, it's probably you have your best chance of success with rushing, as indicated by my last video. But tank rushes can be stopped, and they can actually be stopped pretty effectively. And the problem with rushing early on, which is when you rush, hence the term, early on in the map is when you have the weakest units typically. And it's when turtling is actually the most effective, because you generally don't have your longer range units at that point. So yeah, it's actually not as effective to rush earlier on, especially if you're up against a pretty good turtler. So I'm not big into it. I know RTSs have a reputation for really encouraging rushing, but oh, by the way, By the way, this is I'm just throwing this out here. Interesting history fact for the day. Blitzkrieg is a German word. Guess what? I don't think it was ever once used by the Nazis, at least, to describe their strategy. It's a term that, if I remember correctly, was first used by the New York Times to describe Germany's, tactics during the early stages of the war. So, yeah, it is not, despite what people would have you believe, it's a German word, yes, but it's not a word that the Germans used to describe their strategy during the war. I think the term they used, if I remember correctly, was Centrapunkt, if I remember correctly, which, if I remember my German, I'm so out of practice with it, it's not even funny, means basically center push, center punch, where basically they concentrate their forces on a part of your line and then just pummel them with combined arms until they break through, and then they go through through your line and then turn around and face your forces from the rear. So, another fun fact of the day, what a blitzkrieg really is, what it really means, for those of you who don't know. But is anyone, people watching my videos, do you like history? Are you interested in history at all? If you are, definitely. If these history facts are more annoying and you don't like them, well, feel free to comment, but I'm going to keep using them, If you don't like my videos, don't watch them. I'm not trying to make money off this. I know I'm not going to make money off this. Even if I did, I wouldn't really be interested in making this a job. I'm just doing this for fun. I don't want to suck the fun out of it by trying to make money off of it. Not that making money isn't fun, it's just I'd be so stressed about trying to make money and trying to get ratings, but I'm not. I don't think I'll ever have a mass following on this. I might have other web series where I talk about, more important stuff, but by the way, do any of you like Crash Course? That series? That's a really neat series if you've never checked it out. It's they have crash courses in every subject. They have one in history, they have one in they have math and science. They have everything. It's really, really neat. So if you haven't checked it out, check it out. You might like it. I think his name's Tom Green or John Green. Green is his last name, but he's really awesome. He's got a brother named Tom. The guy who actually does the Crash Course series is named John, so they're really neat. I think the brother Tom does the math and science stuff, if I remember correctly. I could be wrong.
Our nuclear missile is ready, General.
But it's really neat. It's a really neat series. Okay, I just realized I probably should... Oh, I thought I upgraded that, did I not? But it showed it. That was weird. Okay. Screw it. I probably should have built more hackers, but I didn't. Actually, there were two that weren't doing anything. Yeah, I'm an attritionist, not a nutritionist. I like to use this strategy of attrition.
Upgrade complete.
Okay, where do I want to use my nuke?
We have launched our nuclear missile.
Oh, yeah, if the propaganda center is destroyed, they can't build overlords, so that's why I'm doing that. Just FYI. Forgot to mention that. Yeah, if you want to build overlords, you have to have, or any advanced units, you have to have a propaganda center. So I'm gonna wait till those are upgraded, then I think I'll make mine. Oh, damn it!
Unit lost.
You assholes! They usually hit the same place again and again with the plane. That's why I wasn't expecting that. But see, because I had a thinned out line, it didn't matter. They didn't really do that much damage. So again, watch out for those bombers. Kind of don't leave your... You're better off just putting them in a line anyway, because that's pretty standard for tank battle. But that way, you know, if they try to hit you, they won't destroy. They're bunched up. They'll destroy a bunch of them at once. But of course, the Overlord's pretty high. If like one bomb hits or even a couple, I think, hit an Overlord. If it's at full health, it won't destroy it.
I will crush.
So. And yeah, doing a lot better this map this time around. Yeah, like I said, the big mistakes I made last time, I should have just built Overlords from the beginning. I mean, yeah, could I, like, play this map and just build a crap load of the Battle Masters and win? Yeah, probably, but the truth is the Battle Masters, they're good. They can actually, if you upgrade them, yeah, they can be surprisingly good. It's just, the Overlords are so much better. They're slow, but they're just so much more powerful. And I like them. Like, I'm using, if I were playing a more aggressive rushing type, or not even rushing, but just a more aggressive expansionary type of play, I probably would use more Battle Masters. But since this is more a defensive Battle Master strategy, or defensive strategy, Battle Masters are more effective. Again, they have the Propaganda Tower built in if you're playing as the Chinese tank general. So. Alright, I think I probably am going to go ahead and say screw it and actually make a run for it for the base. Generally, when they do their defenses, they don't really, like, they leave like one giant section of their base completely undefended. So you can, or not completely undefended, but like without any battle bunkers or really any defenses to speak of. It's so easy to sneak in your Black Lotuses. I really could have just captured their nuclear missile, which is probably what I should have done, but I just was like, screw it, I'll just blow it up. So yeah, as you can clearly see, I could send in a force through here, no problem, which is what I'm going to do. I'm not even going to send in my whole force, just a part of it.
I am in control. What do you need?
I'm not going to send in everyone, obviously, because A, I don't need to, B, I don't want to. I want to leave enough just in case they decide to attack my main base again. Okay.
Extra large.
Like I said.
Unit lost.
It won't be long.
Oh, I lost that. See what I mean?
Right here. Destroy China's enemies.
They rebuild. Okay, they didn't rebuild their propaganda center, so that's the last of their overlords probably. So.
Extra large. Are you ready? I am
Okay.
in control. What do you get?
As you can see, I've got a pretty formidable force. Do not let them come in contact with those battle bunkers, because those will go through overlords. And why are you asshole idiots moving north? Move south. That's what I told you to do. The AI for your units in this game, unless you're like directing them every step of the way, it's annoying. Like, that's one thing I do like about Command & Conquer 3. It seems like, with a few notable exceptions like your air units, the AI in that game seems so much better. But, although, like I said, your air units are the exception to that, where they'll just like fly around the battlefield. They'll fly around the enemy's base and just get shot down for some weird reason. Like, you think when they drop their ordnance, they're like, okay, returning to base. Oh, the target's destroyed, returning to base. No, they don't. They just keep flying for some reason. They circle. They just keep circling. I don't know why. They just do for some reason.
China needs us there.
Alright. These are both upgraded. I'm not even gonna bother rebuilding that war center. I don't need to at this point. There's no point in doing it.
Is ready.
That one was already oh yeah, that's right, that was destroyed.
Are you ready?
And I don't care, I'm not gonna bother
I am
building it.
big.
Rebuilding it.
What do you need?
Okay, now here's the thing. Like I said, whatever you do, make sure it doesn't... Actually, that may not be garrisoned. I don't know, I'm not going to take a chance. Just don't... Like, even one battle bunker, yeah, I can go through a lot of overlords. Especially if the tank hunters are upgraded with nationalism. Yeah, it can go through your units, so just be really, really careful.
Master Tank reporting. Are you ready? Yes, General.
Okay, I don't think there's anyone inside. I could be wrong, but... Usually if a battle bunker is occupied, it'll look different than if it's unoccupied. You can actually tell, like, usually, if I remember correctly, should be like, I think there's like little slits. See that white areas that I'm pointed to? There's like little slits if it's occupied, if I remember correctly, so...
What do you need? Nothing in
I guess I could have sent a Black Lotus in there, but at this point I don't really care enough.
big. I will crush.
I'm gonna get a few more on my line. Just in case. As you can tell.
Right here.
Also, your watch out for the Gatling cannons, because some of your weaker tanks, yeah, they can actually do quite a bit of damage. So, some of your battle masters, they can actually destroy pretty easily. Well, not easily, but they can inflict more damage than you would think. Now, as you can tell, my overlord's going through battle masters. But those, like I said, and those are upgraded battle masters, so they can still do a lot of damage to your overlord. So.
Our base is being attacked.
Yeah, watch out. Also, of course, watch out for watch out for bottlenecks. Get your force into the area and spread out into position. Don't let them get like stopped at the entryway.
Nothing in our way.
And I'm in. Yeah. This was a hard. This map is. I don't think there's a map I have more difficulty with than this one. It's wide open. It's, if I'm playing a more defensive game, I usually don't have an issue. But if I have my battle bunkers and everything, I usually don't have too much of an issue with this map. But
is ready, General.
it really what makes it more challenging than anything else is just there aren't that much. There are not many resources on it. So yeah, you don't have a lot of resources to work with. So you better be careful how you spend them.
What is next? I am free. It won't be long.
So, but this map's over.
Extra.
As you can, yeah. Usually, I actually take the trouble to capture their command center. I don't care. I'm pissed at them. I'm gonna destroy it. I'm gonna destroy everything here.
Extra large.
Yeah, screw you guys. Yeah, I'm just gonna destroy that. Destroy all of it.
Crush. I will finish this time. Extra large.
Okay. Oh, of course, the nuclear fallout can damage even your tanks, but certainly your infantry, so watch out.
What do you need?
And yeah.
I am in control. I will finish this. Extra large.
As you can clearly see, kicking ass and taking names. Eventually, at a certain point, of course, even if there's still like buildings on screen, the AI will just give up. It's usually when like you destroy all of their resource centers. I don't know why, or supply centers. I don't know why. That's just like, the point at which they seem to give up. So I'm not going to complain. Some of the Command & Conquer games, you literally have to destroy every single building and and every unit, and it's like hard to find them sometimes, like where all the units are, especially when you're playing. Especially when you're playing against Nod and they've got the freaking stealth tanks. Do you guys remember the first Command and Conquer game with the? It was the penultimate level. It's the second to last level, if I remember correctly, where you had to like destroy this retreating Nod force, and you basically set up a parallel ambush. But the problem is, there's like 3 or 4, I think, Nod tanks or stealth tanks. And you can easily wipe. It's like the easy. It's actually a pretty easy mission for being the second to last mission. It's kind of meant as like a breather before you move on to the final mission. But there's like 2 or 3 or maybe 4 Nod stealth tanks, and you have to find them. And it takes. They're generally by that big lake in the northern part of the map, but they're like impossible to find. It takes forever, and it's really annoying. But it's kind of it's still a fun like mission. As long as you can block the escape routes, you can keep them from getting out. But okay, anyway, that was a trip down memory lane. Anyway, okay, so 58 losses to their 235 losses, so lost a little more than I would like, certainly than the map yesterday, but still, did pretty well. Created like not even half the units they did. Collected way more resources, so still did pretty well. No, I'm not going to say, but I've played this map so many times, and so there you go. Yeah, I just decided to say screw it. I'm going to show you what I did wrong and correct it, hopefully. And as you can tell, yeah, it's a hard map. It's not an easy map. Again, like, part of the problem was if I had actually not limited myself and allowed myself to build defensive buildings, I would have built some battle bunkers. I wouldn't have like ringed the whole area around, but I would have built like it's probably 2 or 3 or maybe even 4, and used them to help my defensive line with the tanks. But I said nope, no defensive buildings, just tanks. So that was that map. It was a tank battle, and it was a lot of fun, and I hope you enjoyed watching it. I'm still thinking about doing the whole like not expanding at all, playthrough. I'm debating on it. I don't know if I want to do that playing as China or the US. Like I've said, it's actually a lot harder than you think to do it that way. It really only works best on certain maps. I'm still kind of debating. I probably will wind up doing it, but yeah. It's kind of challenging, and the problem is, like, if you're playing as China with the hackers, it's not as difficult because the hackers don't take up much space. But if you're playing as the US or GLA, it's buildings that generate the income. So, and they take up a lot more space, and so you're actually limited on space because of that. So yeah, that's a real limitation when you're playing as the US or as the GLA. So just it's a strategy. Everyone complained about that or a lot of people complained about that when Generals came out. They said it took out an element of strategy away. Realistically, you still have to expand. Even if you do what I do in the aggressive turtling, you really do kind of have to expand and grab those resources, at least till you reach the takeoff point, where you can build those buildings or units that generate income, and can build enough of them to where you are always going to get more money than you spend. So I don't know. Like I said, I'll probably post a video showing that strategy and the problems with it and the advantages. I mean, it can work pretty well in certain maps, but overall, I don't really favor it. Yeah, like I said, I don't favor that or rushing. I'm more of a defensive player. I'm a turtler, basically, an aggressive turtler, like I said. Sometimes I like to be a little bit more aggressive, just to have a little bit more fun with it. My playstyle is kind of boring, I'm not going to lie, but it generally works pretty well. I generally have a lot of luck with it. I'm probably also going to post a video playing as the US, just to show you, the US video. I'm probably not, I don't think I'll ever post a video playing as the GLA. They're so underpowered, and they're annoying. I don't like them. I never play as them. If you have a problem with that, fine. Don't watch my videos, or don't count on me playing as the GLA. So anyway, this is Matt with Play However You Want to Play. I hope you enjoyed it, and look forward to... I love this new recorder. I hope you guys liked it. I actually previewed the video from the test runs, and it was so much better. this, as you can see, you saw how many units I had on screen. Imagine if I used the old recorder, how slow it would have been. So definitely kept up very well. So again, thank you for watching, and please stay tuned for more videos.